So, Jai Hind, dear students, I am here with a very important topic for the security in cloud, or you can say cloud security. The subject code for the AKTU is the KCS 713 and the subject is cloud computing. Topic is IAM. Okay. So, let us see what is this. This is very important topic. IAM security, that is known as the identity and access management. You will see here concept, what are the best practices, what are the challenges and what are the future trends in this IAM security. So, introduction to the IAM security. Identity and access management is a framework of policies, technologies, ensuring that right individual access the right resources. This in common known as IAM, identity and access management. This is a very important topic that is many times that is asked in the AKTU and semester examination. What is the IAM? In short, they write only this is short. What is the IAM? Okay, so this is the identity and access management. As the name suggests, identity means ensuring the identity of any user. That may be, or it may be also happen that ensuring the identity of sender of the information or the user of the information, both. Okay. So, IAM have some technologies, some policies, some standard, because when we are going to ensure the things, ensure the security, we have some counter measures. What are that? Technologies may be there, policy may be there, technologies may be there, and this user trainings and infrastructure may be there. So, what are the core components of this? Identification, authentication, authorization, accountability. Critical for securing cloud environments and preventing unauthorized access. The whole story is that this is the process by which we can ensure that no wrongdoer can access or penetrate the system. Okay. Or we have to avoid the illegal access or unlegitimate user access to the system. Identification means, what is the meaning of identification? What it means of identify something? Identify means there is a profile, okay, that you have. You have some profile, and when some new entry or some new incomer requesting, you have to verify that incoming person with the stored profile. Okay. And if you succeed that, yes, this is the person who are in our database, legitimate database, we ensure that the identification is done for that particular person or that try to access the system. This is the identification. That means you identify that this is legitimate. This may use the system. What is the authentication? These are some, very near terms. Many times students have lots of confusion and they mix their definitions. Identification means you have to ensure that you have to identify, recognize a person. This is the identification only. You are going to recognize the system, that is the identification. What is the authentication? Authentication is the process in which you ensure the identity of the legitimate user or unlegitimate user. So, authentication is the process of ensuring the identity of user of system. Process of ensuring. So, this is the process of ensuring. And what is identification? This is the recognition. That somebody come and you sense that yes, somebody try to use the system. You identify there is some object, try to use the system. This is the identification. You recognize there is something. When somebody knock your door, okay, you recognize that there is some object, some person who are trying to enter, who are trying to means knock your system. Authentication, next step, you try to verify their identity. If that is legitimate, then that may become inside or that may not. Okay, so this is the process of ensuring the identity. What is the authorization? Very similar term with the authentication. Authorization is next level security. In authentication, you ensure that yes, this person is legitimate, that can enter in the system. Okay, just like at the gate of the college, you are checking the I cards of the student. When you are checking the I card, if somebody have the I card, then you say yes, this is our college I card, valid period, you may come inside. This is the authentication, ensuring the identity. But again, next level, that student who entered in the system in the college, that are permitted for which classes? This is the next level security check. That student may sit in first year or may sit in CSC department, may sit in EC department, may sit mechanical department. That means, and which type of resources of college can be used by that particular person who enter in our system. Okay, this is the authorization. It may also possible that some person is coming and at the gate, they are the watchman and that are ensuring the identity of the person. If that have the valid card, I card, that may be entered in the system. That may be student, that may be staff, that may be faculty. Again, when that person enter the system, that will use which type of resources? If they are the faculty, that can get the office, that can sit in the proper cabin, and if there is student, that is not allowed to sit in HOD office, that is not allowed to sit in faculty cabin, means at the seat of faculty. Okay, so this is the authorization. Authorization is the process that ensuring which type of data or application or file can be used by the user. Okay, like in operating system, when you have the sign on, so you just sign your system and get access to the system. But if you are the only simple user, you cannot access library files or operating system library files. But if you are a root user, you can access that sensitive file also. So this is the authorization which define which type of resources and file can be used by the user. And authentication only ensures the identity of the system, that is user, that is legitimate or not. Okay, accountability, very important term. Accountability means when you ensure identity, what is the purpose of ensuring this? Why you want to ensure the identity? Why you want to authenticate the system? Because when you properly authenticate and verify the identity, now the accountability will be ensured. Okay, this is legitimate. There the certain range of the domain of the work task, and that only can be happen by this. And if there is some problem, you can ensure the accountability. This is done by this person. And again, what are your procedure to resolve, you may take. And if there is a wrong user, illegitimate user, so what happens? You cannot do anything. If that person harm anything, you cannot fix the accountability. Importance of IAM security: prevents unauthorized access to sensitive data. I have already told you. Ensures compliance with security regulations. GDPR, I have told you, okay, General Data Protection Laws, HIPAA, NIST, ISO 27001, these are the standards. Mitigate risk from insider threat and privilege misuse. Okay. Enhance operational efficiency by managing user permission centrally. Okay. So you can centrally manage the what type of file can be used by which person, and you can runtime, at the runtime you can change this priority, or this is the order and the number of files which are accessed by a particular person. Means today I am able to access a file A, B, C, D in present scenario, but it may be possible that in next day some file A and B file are locked, because due to some reason centrally can be locked. I cannot use that file. So this is the beauty of this IAM security. We can centrally manage the access of every user of the system. IAM core components. So authentication, I have already told how to verify the authentication by the iCard, by the password, by the biometric, by the multi-factor access method. Okay, multi-factor access means like in bank or like in bank ATM. First level authentication is by the ATM card. Proper, you can say appropriate card is there, you can insert. And again, second level security or the access control is you have to enter the some OTP or some password. So two level of security is there, na, access control. Similarly, nowadays in Google account also, once you have to enter your password, login password, one level, and second level is again some OTP is coming to your registered mobile number, and again you have to insert that OTP or some figure or image, whatever. So two level means multi-factor, multi-level this access control. Authorization, granting permissions, okay, on the basis of role and policies. What are the roles and policy? On the basis of that, you are granting some file or can be accessed by a person A, other file or can be accessed by B. What are the root files or library file that is accessed by some person? You have to ensure centrally. That is the authorization. User lifecycle management, managing user accounts from onboarding to this provisioning. Okay, so you are centrally managing the user account. If you are feeling that some user is not good, their intention is not good, is wrongdoer, you can block and login centrally. Further, that cannot access the system. Access control policies. Okay, so there are some different policies for the access control, like role based access control, RBAC, attribute based access control, ABAC. Role based means what is your role? If you are the manager, if you are the developer, if you are the user, if you are the auditor, there are different kind of roles of every person who are using the system. So different person have the different policies for using the system, different access right. This is known as the RBAC. Attribute based means file based. This is the file, and on the basis of by focusing the file, what are the different users that may access this file. This is attribute based policies. Similarly, audit and compliance, monitoring access logs and enforcing security policies. They are the core component of identity access management. Types of IAM security models: role based access control, access based on predefined roles. Predefined role means I have told you, developer is a particular role who develop the system. Vendor of the computing means resources or computing services that have the particular role. Auditor of the system, auditing the quality and services of the cloud. So auditing is a particular role. Auditor is a role of this particular person. User have a role. So this is the role base. That means access is granted or access is defined on the basis of some predefined role. Like in our college, there is a DG sir, then the director sir, then the HODs are there, deans are there, then faculty, senior faculty, and junior faculty, then students are there. In student, they are the fourth year student, then third year, second year, first year, like this. These are the roles. Attribute based access control, ABAC. Access based on user attribute. Is it department or location? Okay. So what kind of user means? This is the group, like department, CSC department, that can access this CSC department office. Okay. CSC department that can use CSC labs. If mechanical person or other department person want to use, they have proper clearance. Okay. That cannot use as it is. So this is the group of person who have defined some access control. Policy based access control. Dynamic access policy enforced through the rules. So policy based means policy may be changed, as you know that. This is the nature of policy that may be changed, that should be dynamic, that adopt the current scenario. So policy for any person or policy for any department, policy for any organization keeps on changing. For why keeps on changing? So that can accommodate with the current scenario of the market and the world. So policy based access control is also there. Okay. Zero trust security model. Continuous authentication and least privilege access. This is the zero trust means nobody is trusted in the system. That may be developer, that may be auditor. Okay. That there is a basic concept that you have not trust to anything, anybody. That is the zero trust security. That means everything, the data information that is coming, that may be from developer, maybe from auditor, maybe from some stakeholder, that should be properly verified, and checks, control, security should be at every level. So continuous authentication and best least privilege access. Last one is the privileged access management, PAM. This is the process of securing administrative accounts with the additional security layer. Okay. As you know that when the person is most important, like the prime minister, that is the Z plus security. Security, nature of security will be increased, or the strength of the security will be increased. Okay. So if there is an admin account, there should be more secure. IAM best practices. What are the best practices used for this IAM security? Implement multi-factor authentication, MFA, for all users. Multi-factor, as I have already told you, multi-factor means 2 or 3 levels access control. Okay. Then follow principle of least privilege, POLP, to restrict excessive access. Okay. Use single sign-on, SSO, to simplify user authentication. Automate user lifecycle management to prevent orphaned account. Conduct regular access audit to detect policy violation. There should be proper auditing of all the regular accounts so that any violation can be timely identified and resolved. Common IAM security challenges. What are security challenges of IAM? Weak authentication methods. You are using the authentication, but that is weak. That means number of password letter will be small, or you are only allowing to create the password that have only alphabet, or that have only numerals. So for strong, there should be alphabet, numerals, special symbol, as well as small letter, capital letters. These are the different ways by which you can strengthen. So weak authentication method, lack of MFA increases breach risk. Multi-factor assessment या access control नहीं है, then there is also problem. Multi-factor means once you are using the card, again you have to enter the password, and that may be again you have to insert some OTP. This is the multi-factor. Excessive user privileges, user having more access than necessary. This is also dangerous. Poor identity governance, difficulty in tracking access changes. There should be proper log file generated. When there is some changes, there should be proper log file so that any change in the system can be easily tracked. Shadow IT and third-party access, unmonitored external access, that is also problem. Compliance and regulatory issues, meeting security requirement across multiple jurisdiction. These are the proper, or you can say the very general security challenges of the IAM security tools and technologies. So IDP is used for the identity providers, Microsoft, Entra ID, Azure ID, Okta, Google IAM. These are the tools, technology provided by the different vendor for the cloud IAM security. Privileged access management, PAM, multi-factor authentication, MFA, single sign-on, SSO, ADS, Okta, IAM for the security, cloud securities. These are the tools which are used. Some case studies like Uber data breach 2022, compromised credential led to unauthorized access in the system. Similarly, the SolarWinds attack 2020, weak identity control contributed to supply the chain attack. What are the lessons that we have learned from these attacks? Enforce MFA, multi-factor authentication for the all employees. Regulatory rotate APIs keys, monitor and log all the access that are attempted to the system. Future trends, similarly, AI, generative AI, machine learning, all these can be utilized so that our system automatically can detect any changes and or any illegal access. Conclusion, IAM is critical for securing digital identities and preventing unauthorized access. So this is very important topic, IAM, identity and access management. So thanks all.